In the namesake National Marine Park, Alonissos is a sustainable island destination in the northern Sporades. The marine park includes Alonissos and an archipelago of uninhabited islands off its shore. Some parts are inaccessible to help conserve the Mediterranean monk seal, but you're free to go on a self-guided voyage by motorboat to forgotten coves and sequestered monasteries in the park. Alonissos itself is a fertile island, infused with scent of wild herbs and growing figs, almonds, and pears. Today we share the top 10 best things to do in Alonissos so you can plan a trip and experience all the exciting attractions and activities this beautiful city has to offer. Starting with number 10, Chora. Today the harbour village of Patitiri is the main settlement on Alonissos, but this wasn't always the case. Until 1965 the capital was the Chora, laid out on a hill in the southwest. It was abandoned following an earthquake in 1965, but over the last 30 years its old houses have been returned to their former glory. These are quaint limestone and whitewashed buildings with terracotta roofs and blue-painted shutters and balconies. At number 9 is the National Marine Park. Alonissos belongs to the largest protected marine area in Europe, encompassing 2,260 square kilometers and established in 1992. The area had been recognized for its ecological value since the 1970s and was protected to safeguard the species like the Mediterranean monk seal from the encroachment of tourism. This species has a delicate habitat, living in the limestone caves around Patitiri. The port at Patitiri is the jumping-off point for visits and is home to the Information Center for MOM, Hellenic Society for the Study and Protection of the Monk Seal, the NGO conducting scientific research in the park. At number 8, Harbour at Patitiri. Patitiri is the only island in the National Marine Park that is off-limits. You're not allowed to go within 3 nautical miles of its shores, but the rest of the park is your oyster and is a diverse archipelago of large and small islands. The best way to experience it all is on a self-navigated motorboat from the harbour at Patitiri. There's more than you could possibly see in a week at Chora, grazed by wild goats and with a cave associated with Homer's Cyclops, or Chiropanagia, which has one of the largest natural harbors in the Mediterranean Sea in the 12th century Megistus Lavras Monastery. At number 7, Agios Dimitrios Beach. This beach, some 20 kilometers up from Patitiri on the west coast, is an unusual pebbly nub protruding into the sea. But even though this little cape is exposed to the wind, it lies on a strait next to Paristra Island, so the water is calm if a little deep. In summer 2017 the price for 2 sun loungers and a palm sunshade was €6, while the beach also has a small water sports center where you can hire a paddleboard for an hour or 2. Also remember to bring your snorkeling gear as there's vibrant marine life just a few steps from the shore at Agios Dimitrios. At number 6 in our list, Leftos Gialos. The northernmost of a series of beaches running down the east coast of Alonissos, Leftos Gialos may be the best of the lot. What makes this cove so appealing is there's an old olive grove on the edge of the beach, with flower beds and wild thyme and lavender growing among the trees. At the 2 tavernas, Elionas and Dollops Island, you can dine in the grove. The tavernas also hire out sun loungers at €6 a day for a pair, some under pergolas on the shelf above the shore, and others below palm sun shades by the water. At number 5, Chrisi Milia Beach. The most frequented beach on Alonissos is the only one with fine sand on the island. Chrisi Milia sits in a bay bookended by pine-capped cliffs on the west coast. This beach is more open to the sea, and is washed by moderate waves that most swimmers should be able to handle, as the sea is so shallow. 2 sun loungers and a parasol will cost €5 for a day, and waiters from the beach bar will pass by regularly to take your order. Raised on the south side of the beach is a set of tavernas, with terraces looking over the bay under pine trees and pergolas. At number 4, Kokkino Kastro Beach. Facing south and angled towards the islet of Kokkino, Red Island, Kokkino Kastro is a coarse sand and shingle beach skirted by reddish cliffs. The surrounding cliffs help to shelter the beach from the wind, creating lagoon-like aquamarine waters. There's a beach bar here, renting out a pair of sun loungers and a parasol for €5 a day. Close by are what's left of the walls that once belonging to the ancient town of Agios. While the islet at the end of the creek has yielded Paleolithic remains and some of the earliest evidence of human habitation in the Aegean. At number 3 in our list, Megali Amos Beach. Although Megali Amos translates to Great Sandy Beach, sand isn't what you'll encounter at this beach on the west coast. Instead, there's an arc of small pebbles partially enclosed by rocks in an idyllic cove. For hikers, it's a welcome sight and somewhere to dip their feet in the water on a cross-island trek. One of the best things about the beach is the large rocks deposited on the shoreline, leaving little pools of sun-warmed, crystalline water to sit in. High, in the distance to the southwest, you can make out the Aegean Anargyron Monastery amid the green hills. At number 2, Tzortzi Gialos Beach. In Milia on the east coast, this small pebble beach is protected by an inlet, several hundred meters long and with low evergreen slopes and a few villas perched over the water. The joy of Tzortzi Gialos isn't so much the beach itself, which is narrow and uneven, but the water in front. This is like a natural swimming pool, remaining shallow for dozens of meters and with a sandy seabed. You'll have to bring your own parasol or seek the shade of the pines at the rocks on the south side. Tzortzi Gialos is believed to have been the port for ancient Agios. Check out the number 1 places in our list, Alonissos Museum. Close to the harbour in Patitiri is what is claimed to be the largest privately owned museum in the Aegean. Covering the island's history, art and folklore, the Alonissos Museum is in a 4-story stone building constructed in 2001. A crowd-pleasing exhibition has artifacts recovered from the wrecks of warships and pirate ships, cannons, swords, and everyday utensils, dating between the 1500s and 1700s. There's also a display revealing traditional life on Alonissos, with items like a grindstone from an old olive mill, traditional costume, and old razor blades once used by barbers. Now it's time to hear from you. What's your favorite things to do in Alonissos? Is there something we missed? Let us know in the comments section below, and don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to Greenable if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.